That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
And welcome you to episode 505 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, Player.fm, Satchel, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
You can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at DRHPro. You can follow Tyler _Abear on Instagram, Abear_mode. I'm at DRH_pro. You can also follow us on TikTok, DRHPro, Abear mode, and then I'm also on the Twitch, so feel free to follow me on there, DRHPro as well. So welcome to the show. Got plenty to cover this week. We're going to talk about Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, Rampage, lots and lots of hot topics as well. Before we get into all that, Tyler, how you doing?
Tired? Oh, there's that. There's
there it is.
Little squeak.
Hey,
I'm tired, but
you're making
okay.
it.
I'm making it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm making it through, and I do want to let our listeners know ahead of time. I'm still a little hoarse, so I apologize if my voice sounds a little squeaky. Because I went to Game 1 of the World Series, and had a good time doing that. Go Astros! But unfortunately, they lost that game. But that's okay. Braves are a good team this year. So I might sound a little off. But hey, that's all right. We might there it is. Yeah, we might not do a large in-depth dive into some of the wrestling shows. Like there'll be a couple that we'll talk about. Obviously, there are a couple matches we need to talk about. But for the most part, there are bigger stories going on in the wrestling world that we definitely need to cover. Mm-hmm. I feel like we should go ahead and talk about the big one because this is huge news that broke over the week, and that is that Ring of Honor, set to go on hiatus at the end of their final battle in 2021, will return April 2022. So the big thing is they're going on hiatus because they have been running their shows with no crowds during this entire pandemic. Yeah. And it has finally caught up to them. 18 months of doing that hurts. It hurts their company.
Because what's their revenue is just the service that they sell, the ROH. I don't know what it's called.
It's the service, the streaming service or whatever, or the Honor Club, I think.
Honor Club, that's it.
And then their TV deal with Sinclair. Like that's it. That's currently the only revenue they get. Unfortunately it is hurting them because they're not able to they're choosing not to allow crowds in their venues to protect their wrestlers, which I completely admire.
Fair enough.
They're one of them and New Japan,
yeah.
From what I've heard, are like the two companies that that handled the pandemic the right way. They were like, no, we're going to protect our wrestlers. We want to protect our fans by having them stay home. So we're not gonna allow them in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it comes at a cost because 18 months of this, you can't run shows with no crowds because you need that door ticket fee, to get them in. And unfortunately, they're going to have to close doors for a while and kind of reevaluate where they're going.
Yeah, because I'm really interested in what's their new business model. What's going to be. I see it as the end. That's just me. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have people coming back, maybe, but everyone has to find work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're going to go wherever they can. Mm-hmm. And yes, there's some independent shows that some of those ROH guys have been doing, but it's not like contracts. It's like I could show up. It's like independent shows. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Briscoes just won the GCP tag titles. I mean, they don't have contract rosters. There's people that come in, like, I think it's like, hey, I could do a few shows or whatever, something like that. But what else? Brody King does I can't think of it. Pro wrestling is it Gorilla? PWG, yeah.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah, it's just Pro Wrestling Gorilla. But yeah, PWG. So he does that, So I don't know. And then also on top of that, it's scary. Okay, so I've been liking ROH on Facebook for a long time. They're still posting stuff, and they put out their little note about what's going on.
Yeah, their official statement.
Yeah, statement. But they still have stuff they're posting. You have factions talking about other factions, and stuff going on, and it's just crazy to see all this talent that they have. I mean, what are they gonna do now?
Yeah, and that's one of the big things. With WWE sort of in a transitional period where they want young talent who are 6'2" or taller.
Yeah.
Who are 220 pounds or heavier. That's not a lot of the ROH roster. They are the slimmer guys, the more athletic,
There's
speed.
I have been watching for a while, but I do know of 2 women who just signed with ROH a few months ago. That's part of Booker T's organization, Roxy and Miranda Alizé. I don't know how old they are, but I guess Booker T can help them get in the door of WWE. I don't know.
Possibly. So basically, if you worked for Ring of Honor and your contract goes past March of 2022, they will pay you up until March. And that's really admirable of Ring of Honor to do. It's like, look, we're in a tough spot. We don't want you guys to go, but we can't keep you here.
Yeah.
If you want to leave, you are able to do so. Unfortunately, the WWE door, I think, will be closed for a lot of the talent. AEW is so filled, like their roster is so overflowing right now with talent that there's not going to be a whole lot of spots available.
It's so crazy because I made this joke. I mean, I love AEW, but you have a super stacked roster. Yeah, I do not like AEW at all. Just some hat I found on the street.
Found in your dollar bargain bin.
Yeah,
local car wash.
But in my head, Tony Khan's like, okay, I want this person, this person, this person. I'm like, stop. You got all these people. You just got Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
You're bringing Tony's niece in, and I keep on saying Tony's niece,
right?
Tony niece and his nephew. But God, like if you're gonna do this Forbidden Door thing, have people come in, do a few appearances, do like a month program, and then let them go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're still doing this Forbidden Door thing.
Do your test run.
Yeah.
And,
But there's also people I can see on that roster that would be a good fit for AEW. Also, this is also a good opportunity for Impact to pick up people. MLW. I do not know what NWA is doing.
Yeah. See, and this is something that we've talked about for a while as far as like, we don't want to see companies go out of business. Competition is good for everybody because when a company shuts down, like Ring of Honor, where are all these people going to go? Because I don't think Impact can take too many. I don't think AEW can take too many. I don't think Ring of Honor can take too many. Or not Ring of Honor. WWE can take too many.
It's a crazy ass situation because we went from years ago people leaving, not like doing like they'll do independents, but there's a difference between independent. I'm gonna say independent, and then like the more popular independents and stuff like that. But our AEW's not independent.
No,
and I don't even know. Would you even call ROH independent? I would say no at this point.
I would say it was probably I would probably put WWE.
It used to be the big indies.
Yeah, WWE is at the top. AEW is number 2. I would say Ring of Honor and Impact are maybe tied for 3rd.
I would say I could be wrong, but I would say Impact would be over ROH. But that would I don't know. It just depends on whatever people think. I don't know. But it's sad because I remember the days of ROH was like the top independent promotion for a long time, and I'm like,
it was basically the funnel that gets you to WWE or wherever.
Because
like you want to go to these companies, you got to go through Ring of
I'm gonna be honest
first.
with you, but like before Sinclair bought it, like I was all like into ROH, and then when they got into it and they bought it, and like I was watching it, yes, and I fell off.
Yeah.
But like 2012 and before, name those players that were in that company. They're top talent now.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people might have fallen off with Ring of Honor, because the talent that got them interested in Ring of Honor all moved on to other companies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got CM Punk,
Joe,
Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe. Well, Joe was also in Impact for a long time.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. You know, Kevin Steen / Owens, Sami Zayn, El Generico. You know, you have all these people that were like at the height of their popularity in Ring of Honor. Then they all left.
What's so crazy is there's 2 guys that was in that with all those people, and they're still there today. The Briscoes.
Yeah. The Briscoes. Jay Lethal's been there for a long time.
He wasn't part of that group, but
No.
yeah, he has. Because he was, Lethal was part of the original TNA people.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left and went, apparently, and I did not know this, he was in ROH for a little bit before he went to Impact. And then he was one of the TNA originals. And then after that, he went back to ROH. And he's kind of a main guy over there.
Top guy. Been there for a while. But, I mean, you have all these talented people who are now essentially out of a job.
I'm in my head, I'm not going to lie, I've been trying to see in my head, like, this person will be good for this company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a human thing. We're all thinking it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, who's going where, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, scour the internet, like, see some rumors. What's going on? Is there any, like, reports? Like, this person, is he going to go over here?
Mm-hmm.
AEW, Impact, MLW, where?
Yeah, where's Kenny King going to end up? And where the Briscoes going to go? And, you know, Shane Taylor, Jay Lethal. You know, there's all these talented folks in Ring of Honor. And now it's just like, oh, no, who has space for them? You know, it's like we would love to have them on the roster, but can we realistically
I don't
afford
know
it?
the budgets and, like, the money that Impact has. I really do not know, but, like, they don't have a big roster. Impact does not. Well, at least compared to AEW, they don't.
Yeah.
But if they have the money, they could definitely use those people from ROH.
Mm-hmm.
Not like all of them, but pick and choose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like that's what it is. I think that, you know, similar to what you said, they'll come in and make a few appearances here and there, you know, sort of do a little tryout, see how well they gel, if they mesh well. You know, kind of like how Matt Cardona was in AEW.
Yeah.
Like, come in for a few matches, have a feud, maybe 2. And if they like you, hey, we'll keep you around. And if not, okay, hey, thanks for...
AEW has not done that with a lot of people with names.
Yeah.
Cardona's one.
Yeah.
But that's it, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be challenging for these folks in the next few years. Or not next few years, the next few months. I know that they will obviously be reached out to by a lot of independent wrestling companies.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, look, you know, if you just need a quick payday, we got a show coming up. We would love to have you. You know, it's probably not going to be your asking price, but, you know, it'll put some money in your pocket. And hopefully a majority of the talent that we're getting paid were smart with their money and won't be struggling too much.
Yeah. It's just sad. Then also the library for ROH from when Sinclair bought it, 2012 and up, and apparently the All Out pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Is
All in.
Sorry, All In. My bad. Is up for grabs for the highest, or to the highest bidder.
I've got $50 that I will put down
I'm in the
right
running.
now.
I'm in the running.
For that entire library, I will put $50 down.
Before we got all the details, because I was like, if it's the whole ROH library, I'm like, Tony Khan, buy it. I don't even know if Tony Khan wants it, but this is not the whole library. This
Listen
is like,
to me, Tony Khan. You buy that library. All right.
This kind of goes into another hot topic, but there's rumors about 2022 maybe, and I don't know, that there could be a streaming service for AEW, or what would you call it? I don't know. Not just AEW. I don't know. That's kind of weird at this point in time.
Yeah.
But acquiring a library of ROH for that would help out, but that's not the part of, I mean, yes, I do want to watch that, but that's not the part of the library I want, because there's some events of ROH in the past that I definitely want to see. Man, there's so many things that was part of that. Like we talked about, what was it? There's Kenta when he did ROH stuff. There's so many things. Danielson, like all that stuff. Like,
the Summer of Punk, the original Summer of Punk.
Yeah, because now you have like all these DVDs that they put out that's chopped up, but it's not all the footage. Yeah. There's some matches they still haven't put out. You know what I mean?
And it's definitely going to be tricky for whoever purchases the library, because they're going to have to go in and they're going to have to edit the entrance themes, because Europe's charging a lot.
Yeah, if they do get that, that's not for sale though. But if they do get that, but now since Sinclair, when they bought it, I mean they had to get rights and make people's songs and all that stuff. So they won't have any problem with 2012 and up.
Yeah, I saw one fan say, "Hey, I would love to see AEW and Ring of Honor go on HBO Max. You know, similar to how WWE is on the Peacock.
Yeah,
like put them on HBO Max, and then you can run the pay-per-views and stuff through there. But HBO Max has not done any live shows. It's all movies and television series and stuff like that.
I think right when the news hit, like maybe hours or a day after, like one of the guys from FTR tweeted, it said Briscoes. That's all I said. But that's basically wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We want to fight the Briscoes.
Yeah, and that was probably someone that they mentioned like when they left WWE.
That was on their list.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hey, look, you've been on our radar for some time. You know, let's settle this in the ring."
And like I said, I could picture Tony Khan bringing some people in to like, "Hey, you're gonna have a few matches," or like, "Hey, let's do a program that could be like a month long, and then we're done with you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, the Cardona was a 5 appearance thing. You know what I mean? So they could do that.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting few months, starting off 2022 for sure. I mean, we might see people show up sooner than that. We just don't know yet. But we'll find out. And, when we find out, we'll say it on here. I'm sure many of you will have already found out as well, but we'll give you our thoughts on it. But yeah, certainly thinking of those in Ring of Honor during these next few months, because it's going to be a challenge for them. Because
the future with that company is up in the air. Because unless they haven't told the wrestlers, I don't know if they know. Well, I mean, we know that it's just going to come back, or supposedly a new business model in next year around April or March or whatever. But what is it?
It'll be, it'll be their super card show, but that's about.
But yeah, I mean,
who's going to be there?
What's the plan? What are you changing?
Yeah, will it be AEW versus Ring of Honor?
That's no.
Super Card of Honor presented by AEW.
You never know. Like, to me, to be honest with you, I do not see Sinclair, those people asking Tony Khan for help.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's not necessarily
not help, but like a
asking
fusion
for
thing
help.
to get. Like, well, technically, it is. If you think about, like, hey, let's have our shows together, or just like the NWA stuff with Billy Corgan. Like, yes, they're combining certain elements, but still helping that company.
Yeah, but it could be just one of those where it's like whoever walks in with the highest check, that's who we're gonna work with. We'll find out. But, let's go into Raw for a little bit. It was in Houston, and for the first time in a very long time, if ever, you and I had no interest in going.
Nope.
Not to mention I was working late and all that. But, yeah, it was like...
I don't have any interest for SmackDown or Raw going to a live show.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw they announced WrestleMania going to be in Dallas next year. It's going to be a 2-night event.
Yeah.
And I know we had discussed about, hey, let's maybe go on a Saturday or something. But honestly, I'm okay staying at home. I don't know about you.
I am too.
Because we haven't talked about it in a while. But
well, I was leaning towards not going because I also have a newborn.
Yeah. Yeah, all that money's going to the baby now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't mind watching it, but I'm not gonna pay. Like, I paid a lot of money to go to the World Series and had a good time there, but
let's face it, even their manias have lost steps.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see, but if in this current state, if I had to pick one thing I would go to, it would be Mania over Raw or SmackDown or new NXT. And their manias have lost steps, and it just sucks. I mean, I'm still sticking with WWE. I mean,
I will say, I'm not particularly fond of the 2-night event.
No, me either.
And one of the reasons is because they have 2 main events, and it's like, no, there is one main event, and it is the last match.
What main event? WrestleMania on this day. Well,
night 1. No, you did not.
My match is better than yours.
It's like, no, you did not. If you look at all these matches together, you're in the middle. You're in the dead center.
Technically, yes.
You know,
yes,
like
yes.
that's like, just because it was at the end of the first night does not mean you were the main event.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what drives me wild. Like, I don't want to take anything away from Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They put on a hell of a match at WrestleMania. Wasn't the main event. Sorry, it was not.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm on CM Punk's side when he was talking about Triple H, you know, on Colt Cabana's podcast, where he was like, well, that's, you know, you versus The Undertaker, that's the main event. And he's like, but is it last? Is it the last match? No, it's not. So it's not the main event.
Yeah.
You know? You don't have your main event and then put on another match.
Yeah.
You don't. Sorry. So I'm okay with, like, you know, not everybody getting a spot on the card for WrestleMania. Like, tell the stories, and whatever match people want to see the most, there's your main event.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But, yeah, so probably won't be going to WrestleMania in Dallas this year.
Nope.
I'll have to let my nephew and my brother-in-law know.
Yeah. Well,
like, hey, I'm probably not going to be going up there for WrestleMania.
Hopefully in a few years, they'll try to come back to Houston.
Yeah. If they come to Houston, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it when that happens. But, so I know it's going to be Dallas and then L.A. coming up. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So Raw was in Houston. We didn't go, and I was totally okay with that because I watched the show and I'm like, it was okay. It was. I mean,
if I'm gonna be tired from watching Raw, I'd rather be tired at my house.
Yeah, and like I'm getting off of work at 11, and then I'm coming home and having to sit through 3 hours of Raw. Like,
yuck.
It's even like it's holding my interest even less now.
Yeah.
Like, even less than when I was sitting at home.
It's just so freaking nuts to think about. And here's the mark in me, but
such a
it's
mark.
Like,
God,
because I've been sticking with it for years, but it's like WWE, it just slows me down. Like, I'm at the point, even if I'm thinking about it and not trying to do it, I still do it. I'm like, God damn this match, and then I'm like looking at my phone.
Right.
Then AEW comes on. I like this match. This first match is awesome. Oh, the second match is all right, but you know what? I'm gonna focus and power through it and watch it, and I do it.
Mm-hmm.
What? But it's
because you're such a mark.
I'm a mark, and it's a fresh new company, and
it's
I guess I can like tell you what bothers me, and I can let certain things slide. But when WWE does stupid ass shit, I'm like, no, it's not gonna slide. It's not
Unforgivable.
It's unforgivable. And
how dare you?
But it's something I gotta work on. I'm sorry.
Are you though? That's what I thought. So let's talk about Raw a little bit. We saw the team of Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
The Dirty Dogs.
They call themselves the Dirty Dogs, but they're not like introduced as the Dirty Dogs.
I liked, like, for the longest time, like, Michael Cole would be like, top guys. Like, no. The Corey's like, no, they're the Dirty Dogs.
Get it right, Michael Cole. Jeez. They defeated the team of the Street Profits and Alpha Academy, triple threat to determine like the number
one. Sad. I really do like Alpha Academy.
Yeah. Supposedly Chad Gable's wanting to leave.
God damn it, dude. I know AEW's full of people, but fucking pick up Chad Gable. No, it would give him a new lease on life. Mm-hmm. He would be fucking amazing over there because I'm sorry. Like, the best thing he's done was Alpha. What's the
American
first
Alpha.
American Alpha. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Alpha Academy, but dude, he would go fucking nuts over there, and he would do great work.
Yeah.
For show. I don't even know how old he is. I think he's like late 20s, maybe early 30s. I don't think he's mid 30s. We're about to see what it is.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
He is 35.
Okay, I was wrong. Holy shit. Mid 30s.
Yeah.
Get him in AEW fast. Stat. Before he hits 40.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode got the win. Queen Zelina Vega defeated Doudrop.
I just want to say this. Fuck WWE, because they just ruined that man's career for how long he's been there. And then, like, American Alpha was awesome. Then after that, he's been trying to find his way. They gave him fucking Shorty G. And then just look at all these years. I mean, I bet he has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But is he the biggest superstar?
Well,
or
he's
is he
not
the
everything
superstar that
anymore.
we think he should be?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, go on.
Well, Queen Zelina Vega defeats Doudrop again.
Dewdrop. Let the dew
And
drop.
we have dropped Eva Marie, thank God. Haven't
Well,
seen
for
her
now.
on TV in forever.
For now.
Let's never see her again. Damian Priest with his new music.
With everybody's new music.
Well, yeah, lots
Can we
of
talk
new-
about that?
Let's talk about
Let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk about that.
We got awesome generic Bearcat Lee
Yeah.
music. We got Let the Beat Drop, Sami Zayn. We got
Yeah.
the and like you said, into generic butt rock. I'm like, oh fuck, that's so stupid. And then I didn't see Damian Priest's music.
I'll give you one guess to see
The
what
generic
it's
butt rock?
like. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, you know what? All these people that have like themes from CFO, like, you know what? I think we need to update it. But you know what? Look, we have
Let's
a
make it
lot of
shitty.
selection of butt rock. So pick what works for you. I really think that the crowd will love it, especially the people who are into butt rock. Hell, people into butt rock probably doesn't like this.
People like butt rock.
And it's so crazy because the superstars have to go with it. It's
Yeah.
like, we're giving this to you, you have to like it. Or if
Pretty
you don't
much.
like it, don't say anything.
Mm-hmm. So Damian Priest ends up defeating T-Bar.
Can we
Okay.
get generic butt rock for Shinsuke?
Yes, we sure
That's
can.
next.
That will be next.
Hell yeah.
Because what's going to happen is Rick Boogs will be like, I'm going to be playing a new theme for...
They go, meow, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, whatever. I'm like, oh, fuck me.
Yep. Carmella defeated Liv Morgan because she donned her new mask.
Okay.
Keith Bearcat Lee got the win over Cedric Alexander.
How you digging him? Bearcat Lee.
I don't like this new version. I mean, I like the intensity and aggression a little bit, but it's just,
Well, the crowd think it works, but I don't think it works. You know what? I'm going to show him what works, and he's going to fucking like it.
go back and watch his appearance at the Royal Rumble,
Okay.
and then go and watch this. And it's like,
we're talking about when he came out and Brock was...
yeah,
Yeah.
like, here's a guy who has all the tools. He's got the look. He's got the body that Vince should like.
No.
He's a
Something
big
about-
guy.
He's a big dude,
That's
but
what I
there's
mean.
something about him he doesn't like.
The music was on point.
Yes.
The crowd reaction was on point, singing, "Oh, bask in his glory." You know, like, why? Why take so much
It
that
doesn't
works?
fucking matter what the fans think, man. It doesn't.
It's just like, why take something that works so well, that's clearly connecting with the crowd, which isn't that what you want? You want them to connect with the crowd?
No, in his eyes, it doesn't connect with the crowd. It's not what he likes, so he has to change it.
Yeah. Anyways, Keith Bearcat Lee, and that's the thing. Like, it's like
I don't like saying Bearcat
It's like
Lee.
he doesn't want the crowd to like anyone.
Yeah.
You know,
You know
like
what?
like for the longest time, the crowd was behind Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
And now they're fucking sick of him.
Oh, yeah. Is it me, or does it seem like throughout the years, like we would get cases like this where he would do something to someone? Like, it was every so often. Now it's fucking constant.
Yeah. And that's what's driving me nuts. Is because, like, no one is becoming likable in WWE.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't think the crowd... Okay, wait. Let's see if I can say this right. Blah, blah. He thinks the crowd should act a certain way or like certain things, and it's not to his liking. So guess what? He's going to force this down your goddamn throat.
Yeah.
And you're going to like it.
No.
I'm talking to you.
Nope.
You.
You don't have to like it.
You.
You don't have to like it.
You.
You don't have to like it.
According to Vince, you got to like it.
But it's just like, it's driving me nuts. Because, like, again, I don't want WWE to go out of business.
No, I don't either. I kind of want to. Like, I mean, no, I don't. But I'm so pissed off at the situation.
They
I'm like,
need to
fuck
change.
you, Vince. But they need to change.
They need to change things up. Because all of their characters are dislikable.
Like I said before in the past, it's not the wrestler's fault.
Yeah.
It's not.
And it's like the ones that are still likable, they hardly use.
Yeah.
You look at Cesaro, you look at Kevin Owens, you look at, a few others.
Yep.
And it's like, why aren't these people getting a push? Why aren't they getting an opportunity? Why aren't they getting a shine?
Is the situation right now with Omos making you dislike AJ?
Yes. Like, you've got one of the greatest professional athletes in the business,
Because I don't
in
feel
the
like
sport.
AJ's really helping Omos that much.
Yeah.
And I still love AJ. I really do. But this is not the AJ I know.
Yeah. They're misusing Drew McIntyre. They're misusing Kevin Owens. They're misusing Cesaro. They're
Do
misusing
you still like
AJ
Bobby
Styles.
Lashley?
They're misusing him too.
See, you got him pissed off. He's cracking.
I know.
You hear his voice?
My voice is getting tired. It's like you got to rest for a little bit last night, but now you're going hard. You're going hard in the paint.
Pissed. You go hard in the paint. Now you got me pissed. You got me pissed in the paint. I don't think that's a saying.
Remember years ago when fans were clamoring, we want Ziggler. We want Ziggler to be our guy.
That's weird, but that's
Look
weird
at what they've done now.
Yeah, no.
Look what they've done to Bobby Roode, who had the glorious entrance
Oh my God.
that the crowd absolutely loved.
Whoa, wait. They come out together, right?
Yes.
But Ziggler's music, right? Or they have a tag music?
We don't even know anymore because they never even get an entrance.
Because I don't see Bobby ever come out in singles. And does he come out of the robe? Okay, shows how much I know. I'm losing my shit.
We hardly ever get to see him make an entrance anymore.
Because that was like the best part of Bobby.
Yeah.
For WWE.
Look what they've done to Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Look what they've done to Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, Bayley. Bayley's like one of the one characters that like the fans still like, even though they're heel. But like you've taken everything that made these people popular, and you just strip them of it, and now you hardly use them. You don't know what you're doing.
That's crazy, dude.
Like Mustafa Ali was getting over when he had that mask and he was coming out and he was like, be the light in people's world. And then you fucking turn him heel.
Hey, I still like Mansoor.
Yeah.
That's a shining light.
Okay.
I'm not being sarcastic either. No.
But it's like, you take the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, strong style won't work in WWE.
It could if they had given it a chance.
The closest was maybe the kicks that Danielson did.
It's so disappointing to see what WWE has become in the last few years.
Like, you have a guy, and I haven't seen him. I don't know if he's hurt or not. I know he's older, but Timothy Thatcher, NXT.
Yeah.
Did he get released? Because I don't know, because that's a man who is very technical with his wrestling.
Yeah.
Motherfucker is going to be in clown shoes and clown makeup before you know it. I don't know where he's at, though. I haven't seen him.
I mean, hell, we've heard the stories of what they were going to do to Adam Cole when they called him up to the main roster. Cut your hair, do this generic stuff. Like, what the fuck?
FTR. Remember those costumes that they were going to wear?
Yes.
That was basically clown shit.
Like, what are they thinking? Like
Like, okay, Vince is out of touch. Bruce Pritchard is out of fucking touch. Like, those are not the minds. Is everyone fearful of Vince?
Yes.
That's the thing. So there's yes men.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I gotta go take a shit. Can someone wipe my ass, please? You, come here.
I mean, it's disheartening when they change the themes because, you know, you have something that works and then you just make it so generic and so unmemorable. You
I
know?
want to know who's making the generic music and be like, you know what? I think this is what he likes. I'm going to make it like this.
Exactly.
Sorry to laugh at that.
It's just
but
all the same. You know, it's just the same BS. And like even Seth Rollins' theme right now, where it's like the like I know we complained when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins split from the Shield, and we said that their music was generic, but like they tweaked it a little bit, and it kind of grew on people, and everyone's yeah.
Yeah, that was, but it wasn't like this generic rock
Yeah.
of the butt.
Yeah. It's gotten so much worse.
Noah likes butt rock.
And it's like, I went back and watched a match, or I think it was like all the cash-ins. I was watching a YouTube video of like all the cash-ins of people, you know, and it was like, when Rollins' music hit at WrestleMania, I was like, damn, that was a good theme.
Yeah, good moment.
And it's like, is it because of the fallout between CFO Money that they just decided to wipe everyone's themes out, you know? Like, is Asuka, when she finally returns, is she going to have generic music?
Okay, name all the people. They did Shinsuke. Shinsuke still doesn't have generic.
Yeah. But like even that, they took a theme that was over with the crowd and they switched it up because he was heel and they didn't want people chanting along with his theme. Like, what the hell, dude?
I'm trying to think of other people that still have their music from CFO. Can you think of anyone?
I mean, Balor, for now.
Balor.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Not Sami Zayn anymore.
Shit. That was like, in this day, like, I loved Sami Zayn's and I love Shinsuke. That was like the top two that I really loved.
Yeah. And remember their match at TakeOver?
Yeah.
Like, that was a match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now look at what they're being subjected to, you know? It's just...
The mighty has fallen.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Bobby. I'm talking about awesome
well, even
things.
Bobby Lashley. Like, my main complaint whenever they brought him back, they didn't treat him serious.
No.
It's like, hey,
Check
everyone,
my booty.
hey, Bobby, show everyone your butt.
Check it out.
Oh, that's, yeah, he's flexing and he's showing his butt.
And I'm going to take Rusev's wife.
Yeah, like that.
I'm going to dominate.
It's so frustrating because, like, you know, I want to be able to support the wrestling companies and all that, but it's like, good Lord, you're making so many stupid decisions in the past few years.
I just think that
you're making it unwatchable.
Yeah, and we all complain, we all watch it, and that's the thing. And he knows deep down people are going to still watch it. And, like, I just wish that the networks, the stations, all that would hold Vince accountable.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not going to lie, I think he's a small child. Like, I think even if they talk to him, he's going to be like, oh, okay, you want this. And he'll give us something, but not fully change where he needs to be. Like, and like I said, last week's episode, nothing's going to change. Oh, I really don't like saying this. Nothing's going to change until he leaves the company, which in return, I'm like, no, he's never going to leave the company. He's going to die with the company.
Yeah.
That's what I think Vince will do. And we don't know who's going to get the company now. I'm still voting for Stephanie.
We'll see. But it's just, it's sad to see because, like, you know, you have all these talented people on your roster and they just do 50-50 bookings, roll-ups, like distraction losses and all that. And it's just like, dude, just let the wrestlers be wrestlers. Like, let them go out and do what they do. Stop trying to make everything,
I don't know if you know this. Sorry, going back to this company. You watch Being the Elite, right?
Yeah.
So certain things I
On
kind of
occasion.
fast forward through. Like, I don't think it's that great. One of the things I think it's so-so. It's all right. It's the stuff with the Hollywood Hunk.
I don't watch that because I have no idea what's going on. So I just skip straight through it.
What's his name? It's Ziggler's brother.
Yeah.
But what's so funny is, because something was going on, he's reading a letter, and it's like his inner, like his mind's reading it, but it's not his voice reading it. It's actually Ziggler's voice. So it's pretty funny. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They got him on BT without showing him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. And, they're more focused on
Nemeth.
They're more focused on augmented reality in their entrances than they are the actual wrestlers.
Yeah.
And it's like they're focusing on the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we need bigger LED screens, and let's make those generic so that whenever we do a pay-per-view, it's the exact same thing. Like, there's no creativity anymore. Like, remember they would have awesome stage setups and all that? And it's like, yes, thank you.
Bring back the fist.
Even that was something, something that helped you stand apart. But now it's like every Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-view have the exact same stage, the same lighting.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different is the name of the pay-per-view. And then, like, even the Hell in a Cell matches,
I couldn't tell you the last time I got excited for a pay-per-view from WWE.
Yeah.
When was the last time for you?
Man, I don't know.
I mean, I'll watch it, but it's like, oh, hey, I am kind of excited for this match. That's about it.
Yeah. I think that's what it is the excitement is gone. There's nothing that's like, oh man, did you see Raw last night? Did you watch what happened?
Yeah.
But then, like, I think back, and I was like, if I were to go back and watch wrestling of yesteryear in WWE, like, there's a lot of stuff that at the time we were like, oh, this is so cool, that I feel like today I'd be like, God, this is dumb. And it's not
Probably
even
so. Probably so.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like, the whole thing that I have about, like, camera angles and stuff, like, chasing Reggie around, like going to a park or something. A lot of people are like, this is stupid. But then if you go back and watch, there was like a hardcore title segment where they went to a kid's play place, like Discovery Zone. And like, so they're going down
Basically the
slides
same
and
thing.
fighting in the ball pits and stuff.
Basically. The same.
And the crowd was eating it up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
kids may like the Reggie stuff. Yeah.
huh?
Like the kids, like we
Yeah.
liked it back then.
Yeah.
They like it now because they're not burned and jaded like us.
Yeah. But like, I was trying to think, like, would adults back then, did they like that kind of stuff? Or are they kind of like, that was kind of cheesy?
That's a good question. I don't know who to ask on that.
We got to ask someone old.
Sure.
But I mean, that's what I mean. Like, back in its heyday, we hadn't seen anything like that before, and so the crowd was eating it up. But now that we've seen it, it's kind of like,
Because I used to love the hardcore segments.
yeah. But then you go back and watch it, and it's like, was it really?
That's my thing. I have not gone back and watched it, so
Yeah.
I would like to, so I can like.
It's like everyone looks back on the Attitude Era like it was the best thing ever.
Yes.
But if you go back and watch it,
Probably wasn't great.
in today's society, none of that stuff would fly.
No.
Like some of the comments, like the commentators and all that, like everyone wants to bring up cancel culture and stuff that people were saying in tweets from 6 years ago. Go back and watch some of the stuff from the 90s, the late 80s.
King
all
saying
that.
puppies all the time.
Yeah.
Triple H pretending to be Kane inside a casket, groping a dead body.
Well, and that's just that's an extreme, but there's even other stuff that was like more tolerable.
Yeah.
So
Vince McMahon saying the N-word.
I still don't know how that
I don't
got
know
passed.
how he got away with that. I really don't. Shit. I really don't. Hell, I don't even think even if you have a lot of people on your side, I don't think you can cancel Vince McMahon.
I don't know.
Internet's like, challenge accepted.
Right. I don't know, man. It's disappointing to see.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's sad to see something that I've grown up. Like, I literally, like, since I was like 6 or 7, I've been a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So for nearly 30 years, I've been a wrestling fan. And it's just like
how did, like, I don't even think it was Attitude Era. Maybe it was, but what was that live action sex scene between Edge and Lita in the bed? Like, I mean, they were under covers, but still.
Mm-hmm. That was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, so
like
that was not Attitude Era.
No.
When did Attitude Era end?
That's a good question.
Was that all 90s or early 2000s?
It was late 90s.
Late 90s. So I don't know, because they had the Ruthless Aggression Era that was after Attitude.
So the Attitude Era, according to Wikipedia, was December 15th, 1997 to May 6th, 2002. Then it went into the Ruthless Aggression Era, that was the debut of John Cena.
Yeah. A Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that would not fly today, for sure.
And the Ruthless Aggression Era was 2002 to 2008. Then here's where I think the decline really started. In 2008, that was the summer of 2008. That was whenever they went to the PG era.
Yeah.
After the death of Chris Benoit and when Linda was running for governor and all that shit.
If my memory serves me correctly, so I remember the character Val Venus, right?
Yeah. He was in Attitude Era.
He removed his talent. Was there a few times where he would go into rooms, like they would show it, and then he would like take off his clothes in front of women? Was that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like I kind of said I thought it was, but I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, 2008 to 2014 was the PG era. 2014 to 2016 was the reality era. And we are presently, from 2016 to now, in the new era.
With the new NXT.
New.
2.0.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just keep on going. Like,
I think the PG era is what caused a lot of wrestling fans to be like, all right, I'm done. And I think that's why the ratings are so bad. You know, on top of, you have tons of streaming options, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. You know, like everybody's got a streaming service. So a lot of people cut cable, which means they're not tuning in live to watch Raw. And if it's on Hulu, well, I can watch an hour and a half version of Raw, get the gist of the majority
I love
of it.
I like cutting out the commercials.
Yeah. They even cut out some matches.
And that's the part I don't like. If I'm going to watch it, I'm going to watch everything, but not the commercials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the backstage segments, I don't want to. I mean, I want to see that too.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a few things I've watched, and I'm like, before, and we'll do a podcast, and like, this happened. I was like, no, it didn't. It's like, oh, you must have watched on the Hulu. I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so, you know, a lot of wrestling fans have stepped away. They've grown up and moved on to UFC or NFL or MLB or NBA, or they've just straight up dropped wrestling. They just don't watch anymore. Yeah. And so when AEW comes around, it brought a couple of, a few of them back, but not enough to really make a big
not
impact.
Punk.
But even then, I mean, you look at the ratings now from when CM Punk made his debut, and it's slowly gone back down. They're kind of like, okay, cool, he's back. All right. Later.
Maybe Punk and Danielson are not really moving the needle as much as they thought they would. But that's just, I mean, if people have that argument, if they're WWE fans with AEW, fuck, you can't have that argument with WWE too, because they're still not, like, they're getting lower in ratings. Yes, they may be higher ratings than AEW, but you're still going fucking down. People are just tuning out in general.
I think that's part and part because, and I'm not saying that it's everybody, but there are probably a lot of AEW fans who also watch WWE. similar to us. You know, like we watch both programs, so we help both in the ratings.
Yeah.
So there just happens to be fewer AEW fans than WWE because there are WWE loyalists.
Yeah.
And then there are AEW loyalists. But
I'm nervous about the AEW loyalist. Certain things, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We kind of got off on a little tangent there, but that's all right.
Yeah, this is the full one. Like last week, we do a little bit. We do a little bit each week.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, Raw was. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes, because I don't think it was like great or good.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It wasn't bad.
But Seth Rollins won the main event, so he gets a title opportunity against Big E somewhere in the future, probably.
Good for them.
Next.
I want Big E to have a good run.
Yeah.
I want to be successful.
I didn't watch SmackDown.
Neither.
So we'll just kind of go through the quick little highlights of it. Charlotte Flair defeated Shotzi. Brock Lesnar was fined $1 million for his attack last week, on top of being suspended indefinitely. And what's funny is that Bully Ray even tweeted out, he was like, so basically he's just not getting paid for his appearance. Drew McIntyre.
Yes, Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre defeated Mustafa Ali. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
All about the Boogs.
That one hurt. Shayna Basler defeated Naomi.
Okay.
I think that what's her name? Sonya Deville got involved, I think.
So she's back to being a wrestler, or she's still a official?
She's still an authority figure, but she's just like messing with Naomi.
Weird.
It's to get that heat. You gotta give the reasons for fans to cheer Naomi.
Yep.
Because apparently she had no reason to be cheered before. It's not like she was loved by the crowd. You know, just don't put her on TV ever.
Yeah, ever.
Now you finally are, and now the crowd's not going to care. The main event, King Xavier Woods and Sir Kofi Kingston defeat the Usos.
Sir Kofi Kingston.
That's
You've
right.
been knighted.
He was knighted by the King.
Oh ho.
Let's move over to AEW. Good to see CM Punk going up against Bobby Fish.
And got pissed off because I missed that match.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Womp womp.
But I saw highlights and it looked good.
Let's look at some highlights.
So how did you feel about it? Because I was excited for it, to be honest with you.
I thought it was okay. I don't know if CM Punk is like telling the story of, you know, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but he's just not. It feels like he's missing a step. It feels like he's a little bit slower, you know. And I mean, he's selling. He's doing a good job selling, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. I mean, CM Punk got the win, but
The thing I don't like with this whole Punk situation, I get it. I like how he's picking who he wants to fight, but there's no stories. It's like it's a quick setup.
Yeah.
You have the match and you go into a next person.
yeah. Where's the feuds?
Where's the feuds? And
Where's
I get
the-
it because he's older.
Where's the dong?
Where's the dong? The dong.
We got it.
But no, I mean, from what I've seen, I liked it, but I don't know. And there's people that said that he's lost a step, and it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I just care about the dude's happiness. He's happy to be back to wrestling, and I'm enjoying him.
Yeah.
And he's having fun. But, there's some things that I know he could probably improve on, but
Yeah, and the crowd
In
is
time.
still loving seeing him. They're
Yeah.
singing his theme and all that, and that's totally fine. But if you're asking like how the match was, I thought it was all right. You know.
yeah.
MJF got a quick victory over Bryce Donovan, and then Sting and Darby Allin returned to exact their revenge on MJF.
Why was he off for a few weeks? Or
Who?
not on TV? Darby Allin.
Darby Allin? Because he was attacked. That vicious
selling the
attack
story.
by those hooded figures.
I don't
Those
know who
masked
it could
men.
be.
Yeah, could be anybody.
Yeah.
So MJF is trying to break Darby Allin.
Mentally.
Yes. but he's not going to.
Never.
We got to see the match between Ethan Page and Sammy Guevara. And, again, they do the stipulation where, oh, if you lose this match, you have to leave Inner Circle. So it's kind of like, we know they're not going to do this.
Yeah.
You know, unless they decided to surprise us, and then I think a lot of fans would be unhappy. But, like, so Sammy Guevara got the win. It was a fine match. It was a very violent match. And then the Inner Circle come out, and they're like, we're back together again, baby.
Well, weren't you back 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he's like, you just said that like 2 weeks ago.
Whatever.
It's like,
okay. Let's move on.
Hikaru Shida went up against Serena Deeb, and Hikaru ended up getting the victory, her 50th win.
Pretty brutal.
This was a really good match.
Yes.
This was worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
And I would really like to see this feud continue. Like, I know they're doing, like, the tournament or whatever, but I would like to see Serena Deeb, like, cost Hikaru the win in the next match. Because, like, after the match, Serena Deeb, continued to attack Shida. So, it might cost her that way, but I would like to see her, like, actually get involved in the match and do that. After that, we got to see another world title tournament match between Preston Vance, a.k.a. 10 from the Dark Order, going up against Jon Moxley. This was a 2-minute match, and it was
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Just because I know Moxley's the crazy dude or whatever, and I guess he has a higher threshold for pain and violence and stuff, but, dude, he just, like, beat up easily 10. Like, 10's bigger than Moxley. Sell it more that
There's no way that little guy gonna be that big guy.
I just felt like 10 did not, like, he did some stuff, but, like, he got beat too easily, man, and he didn't, like, really affect Moxley that much. And it's like, really? And then ripped his match, and it's like, mask.
Then he bit him, made him bleed.
Which I don't care. I mean, I'm fine with biting, but it's like, dude, you disposed of him really quickly.
I think it's mostly just to show that Moxley is, like, honed in. He's focused on this because, since he lost the world title, he hasn't really, like, he's kind of floated around a little bit. Like, he's had matches here and there, and it's like, okay, this is cool, but he hasn't really been, like, focused. And now he's focused, and he's like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna beat the shit out of everyone because I want the title back.
Yeah,
I don't care who's in my way, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. So he went in and he beat the shit out of 10. Yeah. Made him bleed and all that. Got a quick win, 2 minutes. And as soon as the match was over, he didn't even stand around and celebrate. Just went right back through the crowd and was like, all right, I'm fucking out of here.
Yep, I'm out.
Let me know when my match is. Which now we know who he's going to be going up against.
And it is who?
Well, it's going to be Orange Cassidy.
Oh, God.
And
you think he's going to beat the shit out of Orange Cassidy?
Yes.
Because he's not going to put up with the whole, you're going to pretend to kick me. Boom.
And I'll tell you this. I'm excited because the winner of that match, which more than likely will be Moxley, is going up against Danielson.
And we haven't had that since WWE.
Yeah. But this is Dragon versus Moxley. Yep. This match I'm excited to see. Like, I'm hoping that Orange Cassidy does not get the win.
He's not. He's not.
But, like, because, like, that's a match I want to see.
You want to see Orange Cassidy versus Bryan Danielson.
I'm sure they would have a phenomenal match. Because
Danielson will get motivated. Then Orange will pop up and do his shit.
He's going to try. But, yeah, I'm more looking forward to a pissed off Moxley versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, who, good Lord, had his chest turn into ground meat in that Eddie Kingston match.
The Rampage match. He just kept on hitting him, slapping him.
My wife watched that with me, and she was like, oh, my God.
On the same spot, just giving him chops.
She was like, I want to see his chest the next day.
God damn.
Yeah. Let's talk about this Cody Rhodes promo real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay.
Saying he will not turn.
I enjoyed it. He pointed out everything that people were saying online. It still wasn't fucking good enough for the fans. Like, they were okay with certain things, and they're still booing. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. Like, I was against the fans. I'm like, fuck you. Like, seriously, like.
So you're on Cody's side. And
I'm
that's
not
okay.
like the big biggest Cody Rhodes fan. Like,
Yeah.
really, I'm not. Like, I appreciate things that he does, but like at the same time,
He's trying to be the
fuck?
babyface here.
He is, and I applaud him trying to do this, trying to navigate this rocky ass water. But what the fuck? Seriously, what do you think?
I think we've never really seen something like this before. We've never had someone come out and, well, aside from maybe John Cena, they've never really come out and said, "Hey, I know what you got. I know you guys aren't liking me right now, but guess what? I'm not gonna turn. I'm not gonna be that guy that you guys want me to be. You know, like I'm going to be me." And not since like John Cena, who even teased on was like, "Oh, maybe you guys want a little heel turn," you know, like I'm digging it. I like the fact that he's getting a crowd reaction because that's what you want more than anything, you know. So he's going out there, he's going to do what he can, and he's getting a crowd reaction out of it. If it weren't working, the crowd wouldn't be responding at all.
I guess I don't know. I wish I was more on your side because it just pisses me off.
Yeah, and I get it, and it's frustrating because and we've had this conversation ad nauseum now, where it's like, you know, he comes out from the middle. He's not coming out of the good guy tunnel. He's not coming out of the bad guy tunnel. He's coming out of the middle, and he's portraying a good guy. But in his matches, he does some really bad things, you know. And Brandy's not a good person when she's in character.
Yeah.
So it's like you're leaning more towards the heel side, but you're saying, "No, I'm a good person."
But you know, even before like I said last week, even before the Young Bucks turned heel completely, even when they were doing tweener shit, people were still cheering. You know, I mean, they weren't booing them.
Yeah,
they weren't booing them.
Yeah. So, and now for the most part, I mean, they still get cheers because they go out there and they're being bad guys, but they're doing cool things, and people are like, "Yeah," you know. But anyways, go back and listen to last week's episode. We dive into all that. But, he's coming out and he's saying, "Listen, you know, when I hooked those arms, y'all all thought I was going for something."
Dude, yeah.
And for a second, I thought I was too. But that's the easy way. And I don't want that.
And what's so fucking crazy is Andrade comes out first, and he even insults the crowd. They boom a little bit. Yeah. And then they cheer him.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn.
But, Andrade comes out and he's basically like, "Listen, you know, these fans... You know, you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve better. You know, be whatever." What's crazy is that, like, that night, Brandy got on Twitter and was, like, retweeting Andrade and being like, "Yeah, he's right. Like, the crowd doesn't deserve you. Fuck them." So it's like everyone around you is, like, being heels. Whatever. Anyways. I don't know. Main event was Dark Order going up against Super Elite. I ain't afraid of no budge.
It was fun. It was very
chaotic.
Very chaotic, very entertaining in my opinion. I love the Colt Cabana Brandon Cutler outfit he was doing. But yeah, what'd you think?
I thought it was a very chaotic match, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing, you know.
They love hamming it up. If you think about it, like the Young Bucks will dress up as whatever. Yeah. I mean, do they?
Well, they were supposed to come out as Squid Game characters, but TNT found out and they were like, "No, don't do that."
They're like, "We can get like a promotion going on with the Ghostbusters movie," and
yeah, maybe, but I think because it's like a Netflix thing, and
yeah.
And so they basically put a stop to that, and they're like, "Okay, well, we got to come up with something."
How did what's his name get away with Bambi? That's Disney,
right? And so
and Kratos.
Well, I thought he was coming out as Young Buck.
Oh, they said Bambi.
I know they said it, but like when he first came out, I was like, "Oh, he's dressed as one of the Young Bucks because he's a Young Buck."
I loved Stu as Kratos.
Yeah, that was a really good look. Yeah. And Tommaso Ciampa, I think, did the same thing. But or who else was it? Someone came out. Anyways, so Hangman Adam Page was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which was really good. Dark Order ended up getting the victory, send the crowd home happy. Yeah. Going over to AEW Rampage, Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston, holy shit,
tore up
Danielson's chest. This was a very hard-hitting match. Really good. Crowd was into it. They stood up even at one point to applaud and show their appreciation. Bryan Danielson ended up getting the victory via submission to advance in the World Title Tournament. Mm-hmm. We got to see Dante Martin defeat Matt Sydal.
With Leo Rush by his side.
Leo Rush, yeah. And the main event was Britt Baker versus Abaddon in a trick or treat match.
Hey, man, it was a good shining for Abaddon.
Yeah.
They used tacks and all the other stuff. It was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Also missed the backstage segment talking to CM Punk.
Yeah. So Eddie Kingston
came up.
Probably going to challenge Punk next.
I think that's what's going to happen, which actually I hope it does because, in my opinion, it will make Punk step up and be more physical.
Yeah.
Because Kingston will be physical for sure.
It'll certainly be a hard-hitting one, that's for sure. But all in all, I thought Dynamite was pretty good. Rampage really good.
Good. So, what was it? Was it one of the tapings? A lot of fans were leaving. Did you hear about that?
And you can watch it whenever the Danielson Kingston match ends. A lot of people start standing up and heading up now, whether they were going to get a souvenir or something, or they said, "Well, that's the match I wanted to see, so I'm gonna leave."
I mean, I know we're different. We would stay through all the matches because we want to watch it, and I get how people want to leave if there's a lot. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm split because at the same time, I'm like, be appreciative, watch all this shit, but I can't.
You paid all this money and you're gonna leave early.
I can't force people, you know.
Well, it's like the World Series that I went to. The Astros lost. They weren't doing too well, and so fans got up and left. I'm like, do you know how much you paid for those tickets?
You just spent. Damn. Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm staying until I'm staying until they turn the lights off.
Yes.
And security's like, sir, you're gonna have to go.
Nope.
Like, no, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm staying here.
I live here now.
Right. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, people are gonna do what they want to do. They want to hit traffic first, and get home before traffic. But that's what it is. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Going into hot topics, I only have one thing because I know we have to wrap up the show because I got to leave for work in like 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
We want to send special thoughts out to WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Underwent successful surgery this week because he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. So I guess they had to go and cut out a little bit of it, and hopefully it will leave and never come back. Fuck cancer. I hate you. Never come back. Leave Hacksaw Jim Duggan alone.
Yes.
Ho! Because I got to meet Hacksaw Jim Duggan a few years ago. Got a picture with him. Really good guy. Hey, we got a tough guy here. So, do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tolerating my scratchy voice this week. Maybe next week will be a little bit better. I hope. I hope my voice is back by then. But until then, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it on our Facebook page, WNS Podcast, our YouTube channel, WNS Video. You can check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to our show on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, BeyondPod, Player.fm, Satchel, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
All those places.
Blah.
How about that? You can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter, DRH Pro. Tyler _Abear, Abear _mode on Instagram, DRH _pro on Instagram. We're also on TikTok and Twitch, all those other good things. Feel free to follow us if you want. Cool. If not, cool. All that good stuff.
Yep.
So, podcast crew, I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Budge.
And we will catch you all next week.